In this video, I'll bring you another real use case from an agency using Claude to automate workflows and improve the output. Today, we're going to be talking about landing pages. We run a ton of paid traffic from Facebook, and we've relied heavily on VSL funnels for the last 10 years. Claude is now building these like that, and the quality design is even better. You'll have to take my word for it. Let's actually look at the funnel right now. So on the left, this is the GoHighLevel squeeze page that we have used this template for 5 years. It converts well. It simply just promotes a video. They click on this, go to the email opt-in here. Over here on the right side, this is what I use Claude to rebuild. You tell me which design you think is better, which one is cleaner. Claude wrote all of this based on the inputs that I'm going to show you step by step. I'm just kind of giving you a feel for the design quality that Claude can do. And I didn't use any plugins or skills or anything like that. I just fed it pretty basic stuff. Now also the watch page too. So after they opt in, they come here to this watch page where there's a call booking. This is the GoHighLevel version. And on the right here, this is the Claude version. Again, same general type of layout, but man, the design is 10 times cleaner. And now let's go through step by step and really show you how I built this and extracted this level of quality of design, because it wasn't easy. Let's start with the tools required. Obviously, you're going to need Claude. Again, I didn't use Claude Code for this or Cowork. I just used Claude Chat. I'm just as impressed as you are with what it came up with. So you're obviously going to need that. Now, Figma is optional. We design in Figma, so I have a ton of stuff in Figma. If you have a custom design in Figma or Photoshop or anything else you're using, you can also feed that to Claude. I didn't though, and I did it because I wanted to make a video showcasing how I'm getting design here. So I'm not going to show you Figma. I'm just showing you that as an optional option for you. If you have it, it's going to improve the quality. It's going to make it easy for you. GitHub Desktop. This is my first time using GitHub as well. I was pretty intimidated. Anything on the command line, anything code, I kind of glaze over a little bit, but don't worry. It's very easy. I'm going to show you the step-by-step process here. Now, Netlify. This is, to me, a game changer because now from Claude, you design, download the HTML, which auto goes to GitHub, and then GitHub pushes to Netlify, which is a platform that, I don't know what the term is, allows you to host, I guess, and just put the websites live. So you'll see here that these are on a subdomain for my agency. And this is the back end here of Netlify, where you can see the site, set up the domain, all that stuff in here. Again, it was pretty intimidating for me at first too, but it's very easy once you get the hang of it. And that's kind of a key point here with a lot of the stuff with AI is that it's not easy. And this actually makes me feel better because it means there's barriers to entry for this. And we're not just going to get a ton of slop, but the people who do put in the time to learn the stuff, now I'm deploying new landing pages in like that with a much better design. So again, design in Claude, push code to GitHub, then push the live site to Netlify. I'm going to show you the live process. I'll show you how I edit this page. I'll do that live for you and show you how easy it is to push it. So we use ActiveCampaign for email and CRM management. So when somebody submits this form here, they fill in their name, it gets pushed to ActiveCampaign. They then get triggered by an email sequence, and then they get redirected to this thank you page here, where again, they're able to book a call using Calendly. Very straightforward stuff. But a lot of the argument is to use platforms like GoHighLevel. It's like, oh, they make it so easy for you out of the box. Absolutely. Out of the box, it's definitely easier to just go high level. But once you have this set up, it's now 10 times easier than trying to use high level. I mean, drag and drop design in there is a nightmare. And Claude is only getting better with this type of design stuff. And there's better ways to do this from a design point of view. I know a lot of you commented, and please comment too in the comments. Let me know what your design process looks like. This is a conversation. I'm just showing you my workflow. But there are plugins and skills that you can build inside of Claude that are going to help dramatically with the design process. Because a lot of times, if you just give it a standard prompt, you're going to get some garbage out. But you can see what I'm getting from it. It's pretty damn good. So then Meta to just put the pixel on the page, and then Calendly as well. So you can also put Google Analytics on the page. Again, it's very easy. All you have to do is, number one, is ask Claude. It will tell you, but you just paste your Google Pixel into Claude, and it adds it to the HTML of the page. Any type of tracking analytics that you want on these pages, you paste it into Claude, it puts it into the HTML of the page, and you can just update it again through the process that I'm going to show you right now. So those are the tools. Obviously, you have to pay for Claude. GitHub is actually free to use. I don't think I'm paying for this. And Netlify, I think I'm paying $9 a month. You know, super easy stuff. So let's go through a process here and talk about how to get the most out of designing in Claude. Here's the thread that I have here. You can see this is the initial prompt that I started with. Gave it a little bit of information, but again, I think a key here, and I think a lot of you know this, is that you don't want to just give it a prompt and then be like, okay, this sucks, I'm done. It's an iterative process. All design is, if you ever design too, you worked with a designer or you are a designer, you know that it's a constant manipulation. Hey, change the spacing here, change the font here. Let's take a look at this type of header. Can you give me a different type of design? It's the same workflow, right? You just have a designer now at your fingertips, and maybe you don't get the type of design output that you want, but at least you now have something that you as a non-designer can pass to a designer and dramatically save them time in terms of mockups, layouts, messaging. Claude is amazing at that. So the copy that Claude is writing is really impressive. I'm a copywriter by trade. I am thoroughly impressed with the outputs that I'm getting from Claude and this type of stuff. So again, Claude will kind of interview on a lot of the stuff. The first step that you have to do is just really get the context. And this is so key. And this is really, I think the most painful part of this process is really giving context to this. But, and the more you work through Claude, the more you work through these systems, the more context it has, the larger the repository grows. I don't have to go through this again. I can just reprompt it with my voice if I want to change things or update things, send it new landing pages that we're working on, new concepts, competitor concepts that we see. And the repository is just going to keep on growing. So with AI, what I'm finding is it's quite a bit of upfront work, right? I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of stuff is upfront work, but once you get through that, you figure out the process, then it's a lot of smooth sailing from there. And now work really becomes much more scalable and quick in terms of getting the stuff done. The quality's better too. And a lot of stuff too, like I've never used GitHub before. Never done it before. I'm a I don't want to say CEO, but I own a business, right? I own 2 businesses. I'm used to working through people. So my workflow in the past has been, I need a design, go to my designer. I need a developer now, pass to the developer. And then I just work through people. But now I don't really need any of those people. I'm working to just work through myself. So I had to learn a lot of this stuff. But Claude tells you how to do it. When you ask it for the workflow and you're like, hey, I never used GitHub before. Tell me how to use GitHub. And it will walk you through step by step by step. So there's a bit of a learning curve, but what you're doing is you're absorbing all this information. You're learning it too. And then once you have it done, I'm going to show it to you. It takes super quick to update stuff. So again, you want to lock in the design system first. You want to go through and just have it present to you different fonts, different colors, different, and if you have the stuff already done that you want, it's very, very good to feed it context. It's going to ask for, it will be the first to admit to be like, hey, look, I'm not going to design any stuff from scratch. You got to give me some reference points here. So spend some time on the internet, ask it to be like, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Do you know of any design styles, any systems that you can refer to me that I can take a look at? Go on Behance, go on Dribbble and look at websites that you like, any competitors, anything that you like, and feed it to Claude for context. Like, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I like. I'm telling you, the verbal prompts here are so easy to just communicate with it. It will learn this stuff. But if you start asking it to do too much, if you're like, hey, just build me the entire website, it's not going to work out well for you. You got to go section at a time. So just like it says here, build one section at a time, hero, header, forms, buttons. This is how I want it to look, function. Just go bit by bit by bit by bit. And this is a really good tip here. Review in Claude, not in Chrome. Review in Chrome, not in Claude, which means it's going to send you a little button that says, pop this open in your browser, and it will show you what the live website will look like. Another big thing is you got to check mobile, because mobile sometimes when you reprompt to be like, hey, I don't like the header, can you change it? Then it might not update the mobile. So like, again, big warning here. This is an iterative process. I probably spent 3 to 4 hours. I know that sounds like a lot, but like really getting the design system style down that I wanted, fonts, layouts, messaging. But now once I have that, now I can go in and prompt it for a single landing page and be like, hey, take a first stab at putting together a new services page on SEO, send it to me and I'll take a look at it and then prompt off it. But if you have to build that context base first, it's really genuinely the most important part of this. Once you get comfortable with the design style, make sure that you go through your integration. So the tracking, the conversions, the email, anything that you want on these pages. And again, this is why subject matter expertise is so important, y'all. I've been talking about this in videos about how I'm not really worried about AI taking jobs or like lower level people doing this, because I have 15 years of experience doing this exact workflow already. I already know the pitfalls ahead of time, right? So like AI slop is going to deploy these landing pages and then you're going to run traffic to it. And then after $100,000 traffic, like, hey, there's no Facebook pixel on this page. Like, oops, I dropped the ball on that. Yeah, you did, right? But I've been doing this for so long. Subject matter expertise is really important here. And also too, when it comes to design, you got to know what good design looks like. You got to know what an end output looks like. This page layout has been battle tested for us for years. All we're doing is just adding new UI on top of it. We know that this converts. So the subject matter expertise that I'm bringing to the table is I know it converts. I just want a faster, more scalable way to create it. So then we're going to deploy it in Netlify. Okay. So now let's go through what this looks like in real time. So let's say, for example, I think I got a comment here from somebody internally. This is what it was, that this text here, right here, is really hard to see. So we should probably make this a little bit darker or lighter, right? Again, light against the dark background. So there's 2 ways that I can do this. One is I can prompt it verbally. 2 is I can take a screenshot of this and just say, make this part darker. Let's see if I can prompt it verbally while I'm recording. I need to edit the AI hybrid landing page version that we've done. The section that says skip this if is really hard to see. The text is not performing well against the dark background. Can you make the text more white and less transparent for that entire section so it's easier to see? Bang, prompt it. Give it a second here. All right, so this is what I was talking about opening it in Chrome. If you just preview it here, it gets a little bit distorted. So we're just going to pop this open here in Chrome. Let's scroll down to the section and see what it came up. So you can see it's darker. So this is great. I like this. Now, again, I right click. Let me check the mobile here. Mobile looks good. Everything lined up. Everything looks good here. Okay. All right. So we are now ready to deploy this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to download this. and you should have, and what you'll need to do is just set up a GitHub folder on your desktop. It's a general folder. And then this folder in here specifically is where all of these files are. So all of these files here, these are the HTML files that I designed. I have different versions in here. This is where they all live. And this connects directly to GitHub, which I'll show you in a second. And every time I drag and drop an HTML design in here, right, you'll see that this is going to now replace this AI hybrid version. So I dragged it in this folder. I'm going to replace it, but let me pop open GitHub for you at the same time so you can see what this looks like. So this here is GitHub right here. When I click replace, what you'll see is this automatically pops in here to my GitHub. So this GitHub is connected directly to this drive folder. Anytime I upload these, and I can upload a new page in here too, I'm just going to click commit this one file, push to origin. And literally as soon as I do that, it pushes it now to Netlify. This is the live version of the website. I can just go ahead and refresh this page, and you can see that the text has been updated and it's much lighter here. So you can see how easy it is to maneuver and change these things once you get the workflow down. Again, setting this up, it takes some time. But now it's very easy for me to come in here, and you can see, like I said, I have multiple versions of this. So I can A/B test a full dark version versus a one that I prompted to have light sections in here. That's small. I can also very easily come in here and do something like this. I really like the design and the style, but I want to test a completely different angle and different messaging on the page. Can you go through and copy the index file and make a completely new landing page with a different type of messaging? Give me 3 different types of messaging that you think would be impactful here based on the conversation that we've had before. So again, it's going to recall the conversations that we've had. I fed it a lot of information. I fed it our website. Again, just multiple conversations, like multiple dozens, if not hundreds of conversations now that I've had with it, and really going through and refining this message. Again, this is the power in AI, where I used to have to sit down and be like, okay, do I need to have a team meeting with my team? Do I need to just schedule deep work for an hour to come up with different angles? It was a lot to do this. And now the ability to come in and just come with this. Let's do this, create. It's very easy. And again, to me, this isn't even really about the cost of saving money on high level. It's about having a highly personalized, highly customized workflow that's scalable and fast. There are some limitations that you should know about. So one, I wouldn't use this to build an entire website. Netlify, there's a lot of limitations to using this platform. It's really good for landing pages, putting it on a subdomain, making a 2-3 step funnel, easy, bang, done. But I wouldn't do it for an entire website, because when it comes to doing things like editing page titles or URL structures, to go through the Claude interface, which you have to do to make any updates, it becomes more work than needed as opposed to working through the back end of WordPress, right? However, we did redesign the entire website for our other company here, Blueprint Training. And this has saved me a ton of time, because now this is done here. All these pages are done, like amazing, just done, completely done, everything done. Awesome, right? I now pass this to a developer who it's going to take them, he said 20% of the time it would normally take him to build this into WordPress. So it's speeding up his developer workflow, but very soon this is going to connect to WordPress. And I think that's a big key thing here, right? Is kind of like becoming an early mover on this technology and adopting this into your workflow. So at the point when the entire market's like, oh, we should be using that, you're like, yeah, I've been using it. My Claude's already trained. It's already synced with everything. I've already got the workflows. Bang. Oh, it connects to WordPress now? Easy, done. I can build an entire website now and have it developed in less than a day with the workflow that I already have. So getting these workflows integrated into your process, very, very, very important. Kind of hit this too. Make sure you're giving it reference sites. You can give it a bunch of photos, all this different stuff. Claude will take care of a lot of that type of stuff. Again, it's very good for once you have an initial layout down to be like, okay, let's clone this and let's do something different. Let's do a light version. Let's do a dark version. Let's do a completely different type of branding. The ability to spit out a bunch of different variations and iterations. Again, if you're using a human designer, we're talking about days, if not weeks, to be able to take an entire website, clone it, redesign it. It's just a lot. Claude can do it limitlessly, especially if you're like, wait a second, I just found this website. You take a screenshot of the website, feed it to it. Can you integrate the header type style from this? I really like how they have these icons. Can you leverage this iconography on this page? The ability to borrow and steal if you want, or leverage, it's limitless inside of doing it this way. So again, there are limitations. It takes work up front. I wouldn't use it to build a whole website. WordPress can be better at that. But still, to be able to build and deploy, if you're doing a lot of paid media, easy. If you want to test messaging on stuff, easy, done. And you can now see how this stuff starts to roll up into a single person. So like now my Facebook ads person, I built this into a skill. I have all the HTML passed over to him, all the design files. He now feeds that to his version of Claude, and now he can build landing pages, right? So I'm doing this. I'm building these processes for my team to get it to a point that I like. Say, now this is yours. Now you own it. Now you don't need a designer. Now you don't need a developer. Now I expect you to be able to build landing pages and test new concepts like that. So we're moving much faster. And again, it takes work to set the stuff up, but man, I'm telling you, once you adopt these workflows and start using this, let me say this word for the millionth time. It's a game changer. It's a game changer. So if you want to learn more about this stuff, we're teaching this live inside of the Blueprint training. You get access to a private community where we're sharing insights like you wouldn't believe. We have step-by-step trainings. I can only go over so much on a YouTube video here. I got to keep it entertaining and light, but I give step-by-step trainings up there for exactly how to do this. We're teaching this in real time. We're teaching not just using Claude, but Claude code. So you can see some very powerful stuff. So if you're interested, check out the blueprint.training. If not, like and subscribe, drop me a comment on how you're using AI, or if you hate AI and you think I'm a dick, let me know and I'll see you in the next video.